Welcome to Rise Through Time, the channel where history comes alive. Today, we're diving deep into the explosive moments that forged our modern world. We'll explore the rebellions, the revolutions, and the raw courage that brought empires to their knees and gave birth to nations. These are the stories of how humanity fought for freedom, justice, and a better future. Ready to witness history in the making? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another story of courage and chaos. Let's get started. Every freedom we hold dear, every right we take for granted, was forged in fire. Revolutions aren't just about battles and bloodshed. They are ideas in motion. They are the ultimate expression of a people challenging injustice, tyranny, and oppression. Think about it. A single act of defiance can ignite a flame that spreads across a continent, changing the course of history forever. From the smallest local uprising to the largest global war, these moments of rebellion are the true engines of change. They are the chaotic, often violent, but ultimately necessary steps that pushed humanity forward. Today, we'll journey through these pivotal moments and see how the world we know was built on the ashes of the old. Let us travel back to 1776. Picture this: 13 fledgling colonies on the edge of a vast continent, daring to stand against the mightiest empire on earth, the British Empire. The American Revolution was far more than a war for independence. It was a radical declaration of a new idea, that people have the inherent right to govern themselves. It was a revolution of thought, championed by ordinary farmers, merchants, and thinkers who became legends. Men like Washington, Jefferson, and Franklin didn't just lead armies. They articulated a vision of liberty that would inspire the world for centuries to come. Out of the smoke of muskets and the ink of the Declaration of Independence, a new nation was born, founded on the audacious belief that power belongs not to kings, but to the people. Their courage proved that even the most formidable empires could be challenged, and from that chaos, liberty could be born. Just a few years later, across the Atlantic, that same spirit of revolution erupted in France with an intensity that shook the foundations of Europe. The cry of liberty, equality, fraternity echoed through the streets of Paris as the people rose up against centuries of royal absolutism and aristocratic privilege. The storming of the Bastille wasn't just the fall of a prison, it was the symbolic collapse of an entire social order. The French Revolution was a messy, brutal, and chaotic affair. It saw the fall of a monarchy, the reign of terror, and the rise of Napoleon. But amidst the blood and turmoil, it introduced a revolutionary concept to the world, that every human being, regardless of their birth, deserves fundamental rights and dignity. It challenged the very idea of a divinely ordained hierarchy and planted the seeds for modern democracy, human rights, and social justice that continue to grow today. The sparks from America and France soon ignited a wildfire of rebellion that swept across the globe. The 19th century became an age of fire, an era where the language of revolution was spoken from the mountains of South America to the shores of Asia and Africa. In Latin America, visionary leaders like Simon Bolivar, known as the Liberator, led epic campaigns that freed an entire continent from Spanish colonial rule. His dream was not just of independent nations, but of a united, strong America. Across the world, people who had been subjugated for generations began to demand their own sovereignty. The idea that one nation could rule another was being challenged on a global scale. Trabubu. Rebellion was no longer just a local affair. It had become a universal language of freedom, a powerful current pushing against the shores of empire and colonialism, forever redrawing the map of the world. But rebellion isn't always fought on the battlefield with swords and guns. As the world entered the industrial age, a new kind of tyranny emerged. Factories promised progress, but for millions, they created a new form of servitude. Men, women, and even young children labored in dangerous conditions for pitiful wages. A new kind of revolution began to stir, not in the halls of power, but in the dark, grimy workshops and mines. This was a silent rebellion fought by workers who dared to stand up and demand dignity, fair wages, and safe working conditions. They organized, they went on strike, they protested. This wasn't a war for territory, but a war for humanity. This struggle for workers' rights reshaped our societies from the inside out, leading to the creation of unions, labor laws, and the social safety nets we often rely on today. It was a powerful reminder that true courage isn't only found in battle, but also in the quiet, persistent fight for justice. As we move into the 20th century, the very definition of rebellion began to transform. A new generation of leaders showed the world that the most powerful weapon isn't a gun, but an unwavering moral conviction. In India, Mahatma Gandhi led millions in a non-violent struggle against British rule, proving that civil disobedience could cripple an empire. His peaceful marches and acts of defiance were a testament to the power of spirit. In the United States, Martin Luther King Jr. used the power of his words and his dream of equality to lead the civil rights movement. He fought hatred with love and injustice with peaceful protest, fundamentally changing the fabric of American society. And then the world watched in awe as the Berlin Wall, a symbol of division and oppression, came tumbling down not from bombs, but from the sheer will of the people. These movements taught us a profound lesson. Revolution can heal as well as destroy, and sometimes the greatest strength lies in peace. From the chaos of battlefields to the quiet resolve of a peaceful march, rebellion has been the engine of human progress. Every liberty we enjoy, every right we hold sacred, is built on the courage of those who dared to rise up against the status quo. They are the architects of our modern civilization. The story of humanity is the story of rebellion, the constant, unyielding struggle for a better, freer, and more just world. If this journey through history has inspired you, show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to Rise Through Time, and tapping that bell icon. Join us as we continue to uncover how the chaos of the past shaped the world we live in today. Thanks for watching.